Well, Jhanak ended, and I've actually posted about how he ended. So yesterday, or a few days ago, I posted about how Advocate Angeli ended, and also reference about Jhanak ending. Actually, if you have not watched the Angeli last episode, check out my channel and watch it. So I did reference Jhanak ending, and so they were asking me how did he end. So this video kind of briefly explain how Jhanak ending works and how what happened on the episode, because currently we all know that DNA something has was actually last month DNA secret. We they find out Janak is their daughter is was the heavy stuff on the episode, and later on we now did about after the truth comes out about how Anirudh wants to sorry Rishi wants to divorce Aditi marry Janak, which he will later do along the way, and Jhanak will accept Anirudh as a father. They will be happy. Ashi will be exposed, and obviously Aditi will find a new husband who he will marry. I've actually posted that one too, and things will be going normal. New secrets, new drama. Some same major stuff that they've been doing is what they'll keep doing. But this is like recapping. This episodes that I'm posting here now is like for brief recapping of how the drama wrapped up for those who didn't watch the first one, and this is different from the other one, like details everything, but this one also gives you a more explainer instead of what happened. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe because you have not subscribed. Let us jump straight into the video of today on Janak.
923 episodes. That's how long it took Jhanak to get here, to this final stretch where every storyline finally exhales. If you've been watching from Star Life, you already know how much this show has put its characters through. Today we're closing the book on it, and honestly, it earns its ending. It starts with a courtroom. Haridas, who's been hiding out of fear for who knows how long, finally steps forward with the evidence that clears Parashad's name. The judge doesn't hesitate. Parashar is innocent, released on the spot, and Haridas gets protection for coming forward. It's the kind of moment the show has been building toward for ages, and Jhanak's reaction says it all. She breaks down crying. Not from sadness, but from the sheer relief of almost losing him and not having to. From there, the show shifts gears completely. The MLA shows up and says what everyone's been thinking for a while. Politics isn't done with Jhanak. The villagers push her to run. And at first she resists. She's a doctor. She wants to serve people the way she knows how, not through power or position. It's Parashar who changes her mind, telling her he doesn't want people following in his shadow. He wants the next generation to actually step up and take responsibility. That's the moment Jhanak stops seeing this as ambition and starts seeing it as another form of the same calling she's always had. She wins. Of course, she wins. This is Jhanak we're talking about. But what makes it land isn't the victory itself. It's everyone around her finally saying out loud what they'd been slow to admit. Aditi, who spent so much of the show as her rival, admits she only recently understood how good a person Jhanak really is. Tanushri, who blamed Jhanak for everything at the start, does a full turnaround. She tells Indumati flat out that Jhanak is the right one for Rishi. After nearly 1,000 episodes of tension, watching these characters finally lay down their grudges hits differently than you'd expect. The swearing in scene is where the show lets itself feel everything at once. Jhanak takes the stage, takes her oath, and promises that humanity will be her priority as minister, not power, not politics as usual. And while she's speaking, Parashar and Anirudh are both quietly somewhere else in their heads, remembering Nutan. That's the thing about this ending. It doesn't let you forget the people who didn't make it to see this moment. Which is exactly what makes the scene after the ceremony the real heart of the finale. Jhanak slips away from her own victory celebration to go sit with Nutan's photo. She tells her simply, "Look where life took me. I'm standing here as a minister because you believed in me." It's quiet, it's unpolished, and it's the most honest moment in the whole episode. Rishi finds her there and asks why she's hiding from her own celebration. Her answer is the whole show in one line. She says this is her mother's house, and it's the only place she still feels like herself. Not Minister Jhanak. Just Jhanak. And when she turns to him and says she knows what he gave up, his career, his old life, just to stand beside her, Rishi doesn't hesitate. He tells her he was never choosing between his career and her. There was never really a choice at all. The very last thing she tells him is what she wants to build next: a school, a clinic, a training center for the women of Simulboni. She admits she doesn't know if she can pull it all off, and Rishi, ever the steady one, tells her she can do anything. He takes a photo, salutes her like she's already become everything he always believed she would, and says the real work is just getting started. And that's where the show leaves us. Not with a bow tied neatly around everything, but with the sense that this is a beginning as much as an ending. Janak didn't just get her happy ending, she earned a new purpose. And after 923 episodes, that feels like exactly the right note to close on.